What's going on, guys? RGT85 here, and today on the channel we're going to be taking a look at Fallen Legion Rise to Glory. Now this is a new action RPG released for the Nintendo Switch from NIS America, which of course you guys know they do a lot of interesting sort of quirky JRPG style games and just quirky games in general. Fantastic company, I love them. Thank you guys for sending over a copy of this game to check out. Now this game actually released last year for the PS4 and the Vita, I believe. The Switch version does have additional content, though. There are additional characters you can unlock in the game, so that's pretty cool too. I really wanted to do a full review of this game, but it's a pretty large game with two different characters, as you can see, so I wasn't able to finish it. I wasn't able to get quite as far as I wanted to do a full review, so I figured I still want to cover the game, though, so I would do something like this, where I just give you guys my sort of raw thoughts and raw impressions of the game as I'm playing it. So, as you choose your character, both of their stories intertwine. It's sort of different perspectives of the same events going on, but it's definitely worth checking out both characters. I have been playing as the gentleman here, and his name is Leander. It's kind of, there's a lot of weird names in this game, and when you start the game out, you basically get this screen: continue, new game mode, one life mode, which is where you have one life. It sort of ups the challenge of the game, and you can actually change the voices from Japanese to English. I know a lot of people are you know, sub over dub or dub over sub. Me personally, I don't care. If the voices are done well, I'm cool with it, and the voices are done well in this game. If I don't get to a part where they talk, I will sort of just clip in some footage that I've recorded of them talking. So here is the sort of overworld map. I thought this game was going to be sort of like Odin Sphere or Muramasa, where you actually moved your characters in a 2D format when I saw screenshots of it, but it's actually not like that at all. You actually don't control the movement of your characters unless it's on this overworld map. So before we get into the little area here, I want to show you guys a few different things. Gemstones. Basically, as you progress throughout the game, you get different gemstones, and you can equip them to Leander. Leander is sort of like the mastermind of everything. The other characters that you fight as are just sort of like summoned characters, and you unlock different summoned characters as you play throughout the game, and you sort of set up your team so that you can have better characters in better situations, which I'll show you guys more of. But basically, you get different gemstones that you can equip, and you know, they do different things. They obviously have different effects. Exemplars are your characters that you choose when you go into battle. You can choose different death blows, which will show in the gameplay of the game, but you know, you can choose from different characters to set up your team, and then of course save data collection stuff, which sort of brings it into the world. So let's go ahead and set up a team. I like this dude to sort of be at the front because he's a big guy. I like this dude to be in the middle, and I like this lady to be at the back because she has some good attacks, so we will go with this party. Now, the story of the game is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to follow, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I don't really still completely understand what's going on. There's a lot of terminology and like big words and stuff like that. Essentially, Leander is trying to become the emperor of this kingdom, and the girl that you could play as is supposedly the empress to be because her father has passed away, but she has that book that you saw, which is called the Grimoire, and supposedly Leander does not like the Grimoire. He thinks it's an evil thing. So that's sort of the conflict, is basically Leander is trying to become the emperor of the kingdom before the girl can. So as you see here, there's a little bit of story. Octavia is the girl's name. I couldn't remember it. So I've actually read this part before, but you sort of get the story and this stuff, and then sometimes there's voice acting that's mixed in with it as well. But what I really want to show you guys is sort of the graphics, the audio, and the gameplay. As you can hear, this song is amazing. It sounds like a Castlevania song. So here's the gameplay of the game, and I'm going to do my best to sort of explain it, because when you're watching it, you're probably like, what in the bloody hell is going on? And honestly, at first, I sort of was like that. So you can't really pause it. That sucks. Well, basically what's going on here is, as you can see, each character is assigned a different button. So each of those characters, in order to attack with that character, you press the button. So A for the shield, the big kind of swordsman guy, Y for the chick in the back, and B for the guy with the lance. So as you're playing this, you see that Leander is in the back there. And he's sort of like I said, the summoner guy. So if you look in the top left corner of the screen, oh, we got a character die. So that's not a big deal because Leander, as the summoner guy, can just bring them back to life. So as long as he stays alive and you don't lose all your characters, you're pretty much fine. So Leander can do different things. As you can see in the top left corner of the screen, you press X to do his attacks, and he can do things like heal everyone, do that little gravity attack, which you unlock more attacks and bring people back to life. So in the upper right hand corner of the screen, you can see that there's a chain, and basically the more attacks you do in succession without being hit, your larger your chain goes up and the more damage you do. So you can also block. As you can see, I just blocked that attack, and by blocking the attack, depending on what you're playing as or what your enemies that you're going up against are, different things will happen. So if it's like a projectile based enemy, when you block them, you will block the projectile back. If it's a character that's more of just whatever, you know, a swordsman, you will just block their attack and leave them open for damage. Now, on the bottom of the screen, I told you, there's a lot of, let's talk about this. So basically, these decisions not only impact your fight that you're doing, but they also impact the world around you because you're essentially becoming an emperor. So let's see, Octavia's agents promise clemency to soldiers to desert. Let's denounce them. So now that impacts the rest of the game, and different missions unlock because of that. Now the thing on the bottom is basically when you do attacks in without getting hit and you build up your chain more, you get special attacks. So the AP is the special attack. You choose the character you want to use in that situation. Yes, it's a lot of stuff. Yes, I was very, very freaking confused when I first started playing this game, and I couldn't really figure it out. But I actually really, really enjoy the battle system in this game because I like the real-time aspect of it. It really keeps you sort of on your toes. It keeps things fresh. The fact that you have so many different characters that you eventually unlock and can choose from is really cool as well. So I like that. Honestly, the gameplay is probably my favorite thing about the game. If I had to say, you know, oh, we got another situation. They didn't remove their helmets. I'm gonna starve them. I run a tight ship around here. I run a tight ship. But no, I mean, we've ruled out Octavia's forces. Who could be plotting these attacks? Could it be you? No, but when I first started playing this game, I was very overwhelmed sort of by the combat system. And, you know, it eases you into it. But even with that, like, I was still pretty confused. But as you play the game more and more, it becomes very, very enjoyable. Like I said, I love this music in the game. I'll have a little, oh, sun's going down. So you got beef? You got beef, homeboy? About to settle this in the forest, my boy. So this is like a boss battle. As you can see, there's a life bar underneath him. Ooh, wow, he's hitting me pretty good, but we're doing all right. Trying to concentrate a little bit for this. But as you can see, he has a meter underneath him, basically his life bar. Oh, sugar, we lost a character. Heal, heal, heal. I wonder, I'm hoping that this guy will become a summon because I like him. Ooh, see, we hit that back to him. So we blocked that perfectly and knocked that arrow attack back and hit him, thus hurting him a lot. This dude's pretty tough. And I don't have a... Ah, shit. I don't have a summon. My meter is still filling up. We should be fine, though. We should be able to take him out. Heal. Ah, I wasn't paying attention there. You gotta pay attention in battle, for sure, because you will die, and dying is not good. Oh God. All right. Ooh, that was perfect because Yes, and we learned a new summon, so we have a new character, like I was saying. That was perfect because while he was hitting me, that was not allowing my attack to recharge, so I could not hit him. So I was in grave danger unless I blocked that arrow attack at the time that I did. So because of blocking that arrow attack, I managed to beat him, even though I was very, very low on characters and health. Whew, that was pretty intense. And see, that's what I like about the game. The graphical style of the game is nothing to write home about, you know? It's pretty simplistic. The audio is good. I love the music in the game, but, you know, and of course, low battery every time I do a video. We have to have low battery. You know, it's not the most, you know, graphically taxing game. It's very simplistic. The story, a lot of it is just done in text and whatnot, but the combat is just so much fun, and that's what really makes this game worth checking out, in my opinion. You know, whether you're checking it out on the PS4, the Vita, or the Nintendo Switch version of the game, it's a $40 game, so it's not a full retail release. So that's good. You know, it's good to save money when you can, but the combat in the game is just so much fun, and there's so many different things you can do with it. You can assign different death blows, which is the attack that happens when you get into that AP meter. I just want to see if there's any voice acting in this or if I need to clip some into my video here. But yeah, like, it's a game that can be a bit overwhelming. The graphical style, I think, will definitely turn some people off. The fact that you don't really have control over, you know, your movement as far as, you know, moving from left to right could turn some people off. But you know, the gameplay, once you get into it, is just a lot of fun. And that's really what matters, in my opinion. As long as the game is fun. What we got? All right, what do they want? You know, we'll give them some money. I'm not gonna be that bad of a guy. Okay, I'm gonna give them water. Like, I'm not a terrible human here. And like I said, these different things that you do impact the game, and they impact the world that you are in. So this is Fallen Legion Rise to Glory, an interesting game, a game that initially I wasn't too fond of, but the gameplay really drew me into the game. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below of what you think about Fallen Legion Rise to Glory, if it's a game that you're interested in picking up. Like I said, it is a $40 release on the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch version does have additional stuff not seen in the PS4 and the Vita versions of the game. Interesting game, and let me know your thoughts of it in the comment section down below. Thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm doing all sorts of videos on here all the time. Switch, PS4, Xbox One, retro gaming. You can find it here on the channel. I love all you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later.
RGT 85. RGT 85. RGT 85.